Okay, let's hit it, boys.
Watch the light. Bill Abbott stood a little too close to the mic. Can't you stand over on the other side, Bill?
Well, I hear the rhythm a lot better where I am. Over there, I feel like I'm out in left field.
Well, next time, just point your horn away from the mic, Bill. Grab a smoke, boys, and we make it. Good morning, Janie.
What could be good about it at 10:30?
Well, I only told you to come early because I knew you'd be late.
When do I sing?
As soon as I get back.
Are you coming back?
Sure. Why?
Oh, I don't know. Hello, men.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi,
Janie. Hello, Janie.
With a light brown hair.
Yeah, and the dark brown taste. Let me get a look at you guys. Because I'm a gal that knows all the answers.
This is the first time I ever saw a canary who looked like she swallowed a canary.
Or a cat who looked like she'd swallowed another cat.
I'll take the starch out of you. We're going on tour.
Tour? Are you kidding?
How do you like that?
I'll quit first. After the last tour, I almost ended up in the divorce court.
My wife just bought a vacuum cleaner. That's gonna be hard to pack around.
You ought to quit trying to live like a normal person. Natalie won't want to go.
Ah, you fellas are crazy. You were crazy to get married. Now, companionship is all right, but there's no point in carrying it to an extreme.
Hey, wait a minute, Bill. We heard that. You can't knock marriage to us. We're happy even when we're on tour.
Happier. We don't have your mother with us.
Ray Everly, that's a nasty thing to say.
I was only kidding. Are you sure about this tour, Janie?
Positive. When I was in the hotel drugstore this morning, they were sending up 6 bottles of sleeping pills to Gene.
You can't get it any straighter than that. You know the kind of insomnia he has on the road.
Okay, boys, let's go to work.
Oh, Gene, how about a playback on that last record?
Well, sure, Bill. That's a swell idea.
Dave, do you mind playing that last one back? Okay, hit it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. We're not going on a tour with you.
Looks like trombone and piano for us.
Somebody's been talking.
Why, one look at that shifty eye of yours and we knew everything. Except how many towns we playing in how many days.
Now, wait a minute, Bill. Listen, fellas, this is not like last time. That was murder. 36 towns in 45 days. Why, this time we only play 29 towns.
In how many days?
Well, practically 35.
What do you mean, practically?
Well, 30.
He was counting the change of time. You see, we go all the way out to the coast this time, right out to California, with all that orange juice and sunshine.
We'll need it if we're alive when we get there.
Now, listen. I don't like tours any better than you do. You know I can't sleep on them, and I fought against this one, didn't I, Rex?
That's right.
I was only thinking of the band. You don't get any place playing in one spot. We make our money and our reputation on the road. Why, last year we sold over 3 million records.
Did you count that cracked one?
Well, the people who do buy these records are the people all over America. The people who heard Gene Morrison and his orchestra on the road last year. The people who listen to you on the radio. The kids in schools, the girls in offices and shops. They want to see you. And every time they do, they go out and buy your latest record.
Rex is right. It isn't the carriage trade that pays our salaries, boys. It's those kids that put those nickels in the jukeboxes all over the country.
That Gene Morrison record again. Sure? You're gonna wear it out. Look, Connie, I have to go. I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Bye now. Bye. Wait for us, Hazel.
Boy, that man's a solid sender.
That's Bill Evans.
Yeah, when he gets riding on that go toy, the cats really start crying.
Say, Connie.
Shh. I want to hear this.
So you want to be sore at me, huh? So I got a little fresh last night. So what?
So shut up.
So I'm sorry. You were so darn cute, Connie. I got carried away.
You would have been if you'd gone any farther.
What are you doing tonight?
Nothing with you.
Oh, what are you afraid of?
Say, listen. I paid a nickel to hear this record. I can hear you free anytime.
Okay.
So I asked somebody else. I just thought you might want to drive over to Dixon with me to see Gene Morrison in person.
Gene Morrison?
Yeah.
Gene Morrison playing in Dixon?
Yeah, just for the night. It's too bad I'm such an unpleasant guy. Ah, it would have been a lot of fun.
Maybe I'll go with you, Cully.
What do you mean, maybe?
I'll go with you.
So I'm a pleasant character again. I'll pick you up early, right after dinner. Let's go over to the fountain and get a Coke.
Oh, Collie, there's going to be such a crowd. Let's get it later.
No, that's all right. I'll get them.
All right. I'll meet you over there by the big tree.
Okay.
I say, Professor, you've hunted in all parts of the country. What kind of quail is that, over there by the tree?
That is very unusual, Doctor. You know, that kind of game is not typical of this section.
Well, what would you say it was, Professor? A red-billed roadrunner?
No, Doctor. Why, I could say with perfect confidence that it's a blacktop cinch.
Now, wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute. Don't start that again. That's how we got in the jam in Cincinnati.
Why, my dear Chancellor, this agitation is needless. We couldn't possibly get in that big a jam again. Much smaller town.
I beg your pardon, Professor, but if you recall, I saw the specimen first.
But, my dear Doctor, you forget I'm the greatest living authority on the cinch.
There he goes again. Out of the frying pan, into the frying pan.
Pardon me, have you got a match?
No, I'm sorry. You're Bill Abbott.
You don't know me, do you?
Oh, yes. I mean, no. But I've heard you a million times.
Well, if I'd known you were listening, I would have played sweeter.
Oh, that wouldn't have been possible.
Anyone could see you have an ear for music. Shouldn't we talk this over?
No.
What was that?
No.
That's not loud enough.
Why don't you guys settle down and get married? What are you going to do when you're middle-aged?
How can I say now? Maybe by that time they'll discover something new.
Oh, no, now, please, Mr. Abbott.
Why, would you like something?
You know this isn't right.
Now, listen, cutie pie. I'm a big, bad trumpet player. And never in my life have I seen anything so gorgeous coming off a dance floor. I've seen thousands. I've kissed some of them. But not like I'm going to kiss you.
Now, please.
Do you carry a battery?
What?
Something made my heels tingle. I don't like this engine. I think he's looking for that girl with Bill.
I think he's gonna find her.
Hey, what's coming off here?
Oh, Cully.
Come on, you. Get out of there. I said get out of there.
Gorgeous, do you feel a draft?
You get out of there, I'll bust you right where you sit.
Ah, that would be a foul.
All right, you ask.
Now, take it easy.
You let go of me.
Now, look, I'm not gonna let you hit him. He's a trumpet player, and he might get his lip busted. Hey, Sonny, you were making a noise like a husband. Are you married to this girl or just naturally obnoxious?
Oh, I'm not married.
Well, in that case, we're playing at Elgin tomorrow night. Why not come down and hear us?
Wait, you...
You're going to get a lump on your head, king size. Good night, gorgeous. See you in Elgin.
See you in Elgin.
Good night.
You certainly made a sucker out of me all this time, playing hard to get.
What?
I said I just knocked out Joe Louis.
Please don't feel that way, Cully.
I'm blaming myself. That's what I get for being a good Samaritan.
Ain't doing it now, Doc, but yesterday was going like a trip hammer.
Come in.
Good morning, Dad.
Connie.
Hello, Henry. How are you?
Oh, I had a terrible scare yesterday, Connie. My heart again, going like a trip hammer.
Oh, nonsense, Henry. That heart will last you as long as you live.
It will? Swell, Doc. But how long will I live?
Well, if you're invited to any parties for more than 50 years from now, you better say I'll check with you later.
See, Henry, you're going to be all right.
Yep. Probably crazy to be scared like I was yesterday, but you've only got one heart, you know.
Well, Henry, you started listening for things. It's surprising what you'll hear.
Yeah, I guess so. Bye, Connie.
Bye.
Thanks, Doc.
Goodbye, Henry. And by the way, the medicinal qualities of whiskey are greatly overrated.
Oh, yeah, Doc? Oh.
Have a good time last night, Connie?
Oh, wonderful.
Go over with Cully?
Uh-huh.
Where was this wonderful dance? Over in Dixon, wasn't it?
Yes, and the orchestra was marvelous. In fact, they're playing at Elgin tonight. I thought maybe I'd go.
Elgin? It's quite a distance to go for a dance, isn't it?
Oh, it isn't so terribly far. I could go over on the afternoon bus and come back on the midnight. I mean, it leaves there at midnight. Of course, it wouldn't get here until awfully late.
Mm-hmm. You're going over with Cully again, huh?
No.
Oh. Well, that must be quite an orchestra.
It's the best in the country. I met one of them, Bill Abbott, the trumpet player. He asked me to come over to Elgin and hear them tonight.
Now, what sort of fellow is this trumpet player?
Oh, he's tall and good-looking, and when he plays, the shivers go up and down your back.
Really? Some trumpet player.
Oh, yes, he is.
Think you ought to go over there alone?
Oh, I wouldn't want to go with anyone.
I see.
Oh, it'd be all right.
You know, Connie, like I just said to Henry, you start listening, you can hear anything you want to. If I'd listened to people 20 years ago, the day I first brought you into the world, I never would have adopted you. Look what I would have missed. A lot of people didn't give you much chance to turn out very well, but you made liars out of them. Of course, I know you're not going to do anything now to let me down.
No, Dad, I wouldn't.
You go on over to Elgin and have a good time. Only, I think if anybody asks you, you better say you're going to visit relatives. And that goes for Hilda, too. She never means to talk, but somehow things get out.
Oh, darling.
Escort lady?
Why not?
I'm sorry, only ladies with escorts admitted.
Oh, but Bill Abbott asked me to come. He's in the band.
Should have brought you then.
Oh, please, it's important.
I didn't make up the rules. Step aside, you're blocking the entrance.
Oh, please.
I didn't make the rules. Told you once. Tickets, please. Tickets. Very long, folks. Tickets. Gents, hold tickets. Tickets.
understand the cinches are migrating early this year.
Well, I didn't think she'd fly away while it was still so warm up here.
You must be losing your touch. After all, you were with her for about 10 minutes last night.
Well, that was a pretty rare specimen. But I'm going to feel awful if I've lost it.
Okay, boys, let's go again. 83.
What do you say, fellas? Let's get something to eat.
Not me. Good night, boys.
Good night,
Good night,
Rex.
Rex.
Hey, what about you, Ben?
No, the wife's waiting for me at the hotel.
Why, you sad man.
You poor soul.
Come on, Bill, let's go.
I might as well. I've got nothing else. Hey, may I take that back? Doc, I'm penciled in for a dream. Gorgeous. Where have you been?
Hello.
I've been playing with one eye on the music and one eye on the entrance all evening waiting for you.
Oh, I've been trying to listen out here. They wouldn't let me in without an escort.
And you waited all evening for me? That's really flattering. Come on, let's get something to eat and look into each other's eyes across the table.
Oh, I'd love to, but I can't. My bus leaves in a few minutes.
Your what leaves?
My bus. My bus for home.
You're telling it wrong, Gorgeous. You know, there must be a funnier tagline than that.
I wish I didn't have to go, but there won't be another bus until morning.
Well, what's wrong with that one?
Well, I promised my father I'd be home tonight.
I don't want to pry into your personal affairs, but just what did you come over here for?
To see you.
Well, that's more like it. Now, let's forget all that talk about going home.
But I have to.
Look, Gorgeous, I know men. Your father doesn't expect you. Why, he'd be worried sick if he really thought you were coming home, the way they drive at night.
I want to stay, but I just can't. This is where I take the bus.
You don't think I'm going to let you go, do you? You're still carrying that battery, aren't you?
You must carry one, too. Oh, darn it.
Please take the morning bus.
Goodbye, Bill.
Wait a minute, Gorgeous. You're not going.
Kiss me goodbye.
Go ahead, kiss her, will you? I'm 10 minutes late.
Please stay.
I can't. I just can't.
Well, just stay another hour then, and I'll rent a car.
We'd only have to say goodbye all over again.
Look, I don't want to say goodbye to you, and I'm not going to.
Look, mister, either kiss her, rent a car, or call the whole thing off, because I'm leaving in 5 seconds.
Goodbye, Bill.
Please stay. We'll get married.
La, 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 la.
Oh, Bill.
I may be mistaken, but did you hear anyone asking you to marry him?
You want to take it back?
You're inferring I don't know my own mind. I don't, but I'm all for it.
Well, it's a terribly important step. Don't you think we ought to wait a while?
I've been waiting all evening. Where can we find a minister in this town?
Oh, gosh. We can't get married in this state.
Why, don't they like musicians?
They have a 3-day law.
Oh.
We could drive to Indiana. They don't have any law.
I always knew I liked Indiana. Where can we find a cab? Hey, St. John.
Well, well, Professor, I find you engrossed in your experiments as usual.
Well, Doctor, we're going to get married.
When?
Right now.
Where?
Indiana.
Well, I'll come right out with it. Why?
Well, you know. How would you like to be best man?
Well, I'd like it very much. But I must say, Professor, this is the first time I ever saw the bird bring the hunter home.
Don't mind him, Gorgeous. This is St. John Smith. We all call him St. John.
Hello.
Hello, Gorgeous. Or do you have another name?
Sure. Hey, what is your name?
Connie? Connie Ward.
Connie Ward.
Well, this is Bill Abbott. I take it you two haven't met.
Hey, Bullets, you want to see me?
Yeah, listen, Beck. I'm the problem man, and I've got enough to do. Now, get that out of here.
Now, wait a minute.
Get that out of here.
Hey, Mom. Can't we ship this thing back?
No, Ben.
Hey, where's St. John and Bill?
I don't know, boss.
You seen St. John and Bill?
I haven't seen them all morning. They weren't in their rooms last night.
I thought you were with St. John last night.
Well, honey, I would have been if you'd have been there, but...
Well, where were you then?
Not so early in the morning. Wait until you get them on the train to beat them up, will you?
Where's the telephone?
Right over there, sir.
Oh, okay, honey.
Oh, there's one of them now. St. John, where you been?
I was a bridesmaid.
Ah, that's not funny. Where's Bill?
He was a bride.
Oh, Daddy's wonderful. Yes, Dad. It's the trumpet player. I just couldn't leave him. And then at the last minute, he decided he couldn't leave me either, so we got married.
Well, when'll I see you? You coming home? Oh, all the way to California. That'll be a nice trip for you. No, Connie. I think it's fine. That's the way to get married, when you can't leave each other. Oh, I'm sure he is.
Oh, Dad, the train's waiting. I can't say any more now, but I'll write you everything. His name? Oh, darling, I told you. It's Bill Abbott. I'm Mrs. Bill Abbott. Goodbye, darling.
Come on, St. John, what's she like? Come on,
Yeah, sweet and lovely, or
I never
what?
thought anybody'd get Bill. She must be dynamite.
Well, she's not exactly the explosive type, but she's nothing to be handled carelessly.
Now, don't tell me she's the gingham apron ingenue type.
She means ingenue.
Just for that, I mean ingenue.
All right, don't fight, girls. You'll see her.
What is she?
Japanese?
Meow. Oh, shut up.
There she is now.
All aboard?
She's a little red around the eyes. Oh, Christopher, a weeper. If there's anything I hate, it's a leaky dame. Come on, Caroline.
Aboard?
Well, here she is, Mrs. Abbott, Natalie. Mrs. Mercer, honey.
Congratulations and bon voyage, dear. So nice having someone new with us.
Thank you.
Let's get on.
Aboard?
Can't you hold the train a minute?
All aboard?
Where's Phil?
Who?
Your husband, remember?
Oh, Phil, here he comes. Hurry up, Dumbo. I think anyone who blows a horn all night ought to have better wind.
Now, there's just one more. Oh, Janie. I knew you'd be late.
When my yacht comes in, I'm going to buy 50 beds and sleep in them all for a year.
We sit here, Ma.
All right.
Comfortable?
Yes, darling.
You know, Mom, I'm glad we brought the vacuum cleaner.
Here we are. Oh, honey, you know Ben Beck already, and this is Mama Beck.
Happy to know you.
How do you do?
Congratulations, Bill.
Thanks.
You look like a fine couple.
Congratulations, Bill, and I hope you're as happy as we are.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
What about you, St. John? When are you going to get married?
What do I want to get married for? I got plenty of girls sitting at home tearing their hair out, waiting for me to call.
Well, why don't you call?
I'm sick of those bald-headed dames.
Bullets.
Get out of here, you muzzler.
Now, Ben.
Oh, Mrs. Abbott, I didn't get a chance to wish you luck out on the platform.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. This is my boss, Gene Morrison.
Oh, yes, I know Mr. Morrison. How do you do, sir?
Best wishes to you, and here's a little wedding present for you.
Why, thank you. May I open it now? Oh, it's beautiful. But how did you know we were going to be married?
Oh, I've been listening to Bill play those romantic numbers lately.
Isn't it lovely, darling?
Yes, they are. Mine's getting a little tarnished, Jane.
Well, if they're all alike, no one can say I'm playing any favorites. Although I have a few.
Oh, Janie, I'd like to have you meet my wife, Miss Stevens.
You kidding? No, really. We just got married. How do you do, Miss Stevens? I've heard you sing. I just love your voice.
Thank you. It's nice to have you with us.
Oh, isn't she lovely?
Honey, how would you like a nice hot cup of coffee?
That would be just grand.
Well, you stay here and I'll get it for you.
All right.
Here, let me help you.
You? You couldn't help me.
Oh, come on, Janie. Well, what do you have, Janie?
Orange juice.
Orange juice and 2 coffees, please. Yes, I know, Janie. Well, I would have told you about this marriage thing before. Honest, if I'd known myself.
Oh, I knew it was either very sudden or you're the biggest heel in history.
Yeah, I guess I'm a heel, all right. But after all, Janie, you and I never were very serious.
Oh, of course not. Don't give it a second thought. It was nice, but temporary.
You know, that's one of the things I like about you. You look at things like a man.
Oh, don't tell anybody. I'm considered very feminine. Well, man to man, old boy, how did this happen?
Well, I kissed her, strictly in passing. When the smoke cleared, I was knee-deep in orange blossoms.
Well, I hope you don't regret it. I think she's darling.
Do you really, Janie?
Why, sure.
So do I.
Do you mind if I join you? I never drink in the morning myself, but if you two are doing it, I don't know why I shouldn't concur. Buttermilk, please.
I think I'll comb the rice out of my hair.
My, isn't he devoted? Have you told your little bride everything?
Everything?
Well, I mean, the way you gamble and browse and things.
Why, I wouldn't think of stealing your thunder. You're gonna want something to talk about. I'll bring these back in a minute.
What a dog. Janie.
Where'd you get that hat?
You're not going to give him up, are you?
I haven't the faintest idea of giving him up. Who's your florist?
This is so exciting.
I'm sure you're going to enjoy traveling with us.
Enjoy it. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. After staying in one place all your life, this is awfully thrilling.
Of course it is. It's also new to you now.
I suppose it is pretty much of an old story to you and the others.
No, not exactly that, but I guess I've grown to like comforts more than excitement. I even try to do a little housekeeping and cook for Ben whenever we have a kitchen.
That's nice. Of course, it doesn't sound very thrilling.
Maybe not, but perhaps it depends on how you look at it.
But when you're in love, I don't see that it matters where you live or what you eat.
At first it doesn't, but later on when you come down to earth, I think it does.
Well, here it is, honey. Some nice hot coffee.
I think I better be going.
No, stay there. I'll sit on your lap.
Oh, Bill.
A little on the dull side, but awful nice.
She was just telling me about her husband.
That's one thing she'll always be talking about.
Like me. Oh, Bill, I'm so happy.
Well, good evening, darling. Goodness, we thought you'd gone to bed already.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm in a terrible mess.
Already?
Well, you see, I didn't have any intention of getting married. I didn't even plan to stay overnight.
Well, they do sort of go together, don't they?
Well, I haven't a bit of luggage with me. I haven't even got a nightgown. I was wondering if maybe one of you girls could loan me one.
Well, I'd love to, dear, but you see, all my extras are in the wash.
Bexy, you must have something she can wear. You're always washing things.
Sure. Here. Will this do?
Yes, of course it'll do, Mrs. Beck. Thank you very much.
Hello, hello, Janie. Our little bride was caught short, but Bexy rose to the affair. Oh, now you're not going to wear this tonight.
Well, you see, I didn't bring any luggage of
Well,
my
it's
own.
all right for Bexy. She's been married quite a while, but we'll have to do better by you. Here. Here's a wedding present for you.
Oh, Janie, it's lovely. Thank you so much.
Glad you like it.
I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. I'd wear those too, except I know I'd catch a cold.
You're very lucky. Janie always goes prepared for a honeymoon. Well, we single girls have to keep on our toes, you know. How about that, Janie? I should think a smart girl like you would have fallen in love by this time.
Yes, Janie. Wasn't there someone not so long ago?
Oh, I can't seem to remember. My love life is so unsettled.
Oh, but this was someone very special. He was tall and good-looking, and he played
halfback for the Chicago Bears. Yes, I was pretty intense about that for a while until I discovered he wore shoulder pads under his suits. Say, I never dreamed my nightgown could look like that.
Mr. William Abbott's fast work begins to make sense.
You girls are going to think I'm a terrible pest, but with a nightie like this, I'm going to have something to wear over it.
Why don't you just make a run for it?
I don't suppose... Never mind, Betsy. If I'm going to play the Good Samaritan, I might as well go the limit. This doesn't look like much help, but you'd be surprised at all the wind it keeps out.
Janie, you're such a lamb. You're really much too kind.
Oh, don't mention it. Here, I'll fix it for you. Say, what am I going to wear down the aisle?
Oh, well, Janie, I'm sure at least you can make a run for it.
Oh, you still want to loan that blanket? I'm your customer.
Go right ahead.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for everything. Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Connie.
Good night.
Well, Janie, I never thought you were the kind of a filly to weaken in the stretch.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's indelicate.
Anyone would think that girl was your best friend.
Oh, I think she's going to be one of my very best friends. And if any of my other best friends make any more of those cracks, they're going to find themselves talking through an empty neck.
Well, I was only working for your benefit.
But I don't need your benefits, darling, and I should think a girl like you would know that anyone can work a lot better from a base close to the family hearth.
Well, naturally. When it comes to stealing a husband, it's always the wife's best friend who gets him. Oh, Janie, darling, forgive me. You're a genius.
Oh, I'm so glad you approve, Natalie. But do remember about the empty neck, won't you?
Number 7, my berth, Porter?
Yes, sir.
That's a lucky number.
Who said so?
Gorgeous, you in here?
Yes.
Hey, where'd you get the nightgown?
Well, I didn't have any of my own, so Janie loaned me this one.
Janie? Hey, it's very nice of her. This stuff is really good.
Do you like it, darling?
You bet. Hey, how'd you ever find this place anyway?
Oh, just by inquiring. By trying to find out if there weren't other restaurants to eat in besides all-night chop suey places.
Well, you certainly found one.
At least it's different. And I do have you all to myself.
What a dumb trumpet player I turned out to be. This is the first time I realized how seldom we go out together to dinner
Or just to dance.
You do like to dance, don't you?
How do you suppose I met the great Bill Abbott?
That's right. You know, I'm not so sure I remember how to dance. Although I played for thousands, but...
But you could try.
Of course I could, honey. It's a pretty topsy-turvy life for you, isn't it?
It was a little bit bewildering the first few days. But when you love anyone as much as I love you, you're topsy-turvy anyway.
What a lucky mug I am to get a gal like you. You know, when I think that if that bus driver closed the door a little quicker, I might not have married you, it scares the life out of me.
I was a little scared myself. You know, I was really afraid that you said just a little bit more than you intended to. But I wanted to marry you so much, Bill, I didn't care.
You know, for one awful moment, I thought so, too. But it's turned out to be the best thing I ever did. Gorgeous, I love you. How much, you'll never know. Hey, is that the right time? I've only got 20 minutes to get that bus for Iowa City. Waitress.
Oh, Bill, can't I go with you?
Honey, Jean doesn't see why we should hire an extra bus just to take the women when we have to come back here to Des Moines to play tomorrow night anyway.
But couldn't I go along if you paid my expenses?
Gorgeous, I'd love to take you. But how do you suppose it would look if you're the only wife with us? You see that, don't you?
But I'm going to be awfully lonesome.
Cheer up, honey. You'll love me all the more when I get back. Waitress.
How do you like that color?
Oh, that's nice.
I don't like it either. Sit down. Spread your figure.
Oh, dear.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Oh, yes, there is.
Well, tonight's the first time since we've been married that Bill and I have been separated.
Oh. That honeymoon glow will wear off soon enough. You'll be just as sick of this life as the rest of us. You know, sometimes I think Carolyn's got the right idea. She never gets bored. She's carrying the torch for somebody new in each town. Of course, any day she may burn her fingers. But then look at the fun she's had.
If Carolyn wants to live like that, it's up to her. It's none of our business.
Of course it isn't. Heavens, I wouldn't have breathed a word of it if Natalie hadn't already told you.
I like Natalie, but she's awfully vicious.
And smart. Boy, she's got Phil on a leash. But that doesn't stop her from playing drop the handkerchief with Carolyn's husband. And Carolyn thinks she's putting one over on Buddy. Ha ha.
But Carolyn and Natalie, well, they seem so close.
Well, you gotta get close to somebody to knife him, honey. Anybody home? Hello, darling.
How about a bridge game?
Oh, fine. My nails ought to be dry in a minute.
Hello, Connie.
Connie, make a fourth.
Good.
We only play for a 40th.
Oh, Christopher, it's nice being a widow for a change. I swear if I'm not tripping over Phil, it's that silly saxophone of his.
Aren't you afraid Phil might get out of line while he's away?
Oh, he'll be flirting with every little filly he sees. After all, there are only 3 of these side trips on the tour. He looks forward to them like a kid does to Christmas. I think it's good for him to get away. He's such a worm.
Oh, I think men are scream when they've got a guilty conscience. Dave is as solicitable as eating beef for 24 hours.
Solicitable? Solicitous, Elsie. Now, don't get mad, sweetie. You always do that to me. Phil always brings me roses. Oh, I wish I were married to a man who brought me diamonds. All my life, I've wanted a necklace with diamonds as big as tiger's teeth.
All my life, I've wanted a mink coat. And what have I got? Skunk.
Oh, you shouldn't talk about your husband like that.
That is very unfunny.
Well, no man can be trusted out of gunshot. If you want to be sure of yourself and you're married to a musician, you got to sing with a band. Then you can watch him day and night.
That doesn't do Janie any good because she hasn't any husband to watch.
Yes, and there's nobody to watch Janie with the husbands.
Fortunately, Janie's such a nice girl.
My. It certainly isn't all cowardice the way you and your rival are such pals.
I don't know what you mean, Natalie.
Oh, dear, I thought you knew.
7 spades.
Knew what?
Well, naturally, I thought when Bill married you, he'd tell you about Janie.
What about Janie?
Now, don't pull a feint on me, sweetie. It's no tragedy. I suppose the only reason Bill didn't say anything is because it happened before you came along. It only lasted a year.
I thought we were going to play bridge.
I don't see why you don't keep your face shut, Natalie.
Now, what have I said? Nothing that everybody else doesn't know.
Yeah, everybody but Connie.
Oh, you're not going to break up the game.
Excuse me.
I may be bad, but you certainly come from a long line of... Well, I'll give you one guess.
Hello. What time does the next bus leave for Iowa City? Oh, not until 9:30. Well, get me a ticket on it, please.
When I hear that serenading bird, I'm somewhere in another world alone, sharing all the joys we used to know many moons ago. Once again your face became a sigh, forevermore became goodbye. But you remained in my heart. So tell me, darling, is there still a spark? Or only lonely ashes of the flame we knew? Should I go on whistling in the dark, serenade in blue? So tell me, darling, is there still a spark? Or only lonely ashes of the flame we knew? Should I go on whistling in the dark?
Nice going, Jenny.
Thanks. Bill, I'm hungry. Could I be playing the game if I asked you to take me out and buy me some chop suey?
I guess it's all right. Hey, you don't know a place in town where we can get some nice chicken pot pie, do you?
Chicken pot pie? Are you going soft on us?
Okay, chop suey. See you outside.
Tonight was like old times. Do you realize how long it's been since we've had supper together?
I know exactly. I've been married 5 weeks.
Is that all? It seemed more like 5 years.
Well, in another month, Janie, you'll forget all about me.
Who was it that wrote that old adage about time healing everything? Some stoop who never lived, I guess. Will you open the door for me? You come in, Bill?
Thanks, I don't think I will.
Are you being noble?
No, I've never been noble in my life.
Well, this is real devotion. And after 5 whole weeks.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Good night, Janie.
Good night, Bill. Hello? Long distance? Oh. Put her on.
Hello? Hello, Janie, darling. We couldn't wait another minute. What happened?
What'd she say? Why? Was something supposed to happen?
Oh, Christopher, don't be so slab-off-there. We know she's up there.
Tell us what happened.
Shut up. Connie. We saw her get on the bus and leave. We also checked on the schedule. We know she arrived there half an hour ago, so you just as well come clean.
Well, what's Connie coming up here? Say, did you put her up to something?
You mean she's really not there? Oh, no, Janie. On my word of honor, we had nothing to do with it. Well, that is, not on purpose. Janie, it's perfectly awful of you even to suggest that. No, the only thing that happened was this evening we were playing bridge and Elsie made a little slip.
Oh, I didn't either, Janie.
She just had a little drop about you and Bill. We tried most desperate to cover it up, but you know these little minds. Kind of took it literally. She also took the 9:45 bus.
Well, how perfectly sweet of you, Natalie. You raced to the telephone to warn me a half hour after she's supposed to be here. Oh, don't apologize, darling. I know your heart's in the right place. Just the right place for a swift kick. Hello? Hello, has the bus come in from Des Moines yet?
No, Miss Stevens. It's later than usual tonight. It should be here any minute.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Give me room 212, please.
Hello?
Hello, Bill? Bill, this is Janie. Bill, do you have any money with you?
Well, you can count on me for anything up to $3 million. Oh, cash. Well, I got about $40 or $45.
Oh, no, I only need 30. Well, could you bring it over right away? Oh, thanks a million.
Bill, you're an angel. Come in.
Well, I'd better...
Come on in.
What's up, Janie?
Oh, it's all right now. I got a long-distance call from my kid brother. He smashed up Dad's car, was afraid to go home till he had it fixed. I called you before I realized I could have wired him the money and charged it to my account. Come on and sit down.
The kid all right?
Oh, sure, sure. He needs to have his neck broken, but I couldn't stand it if it happened.
Well, I'm glad it's nothing serious.
Oh, Bill, do you have a cigarette? There's some behind you on the table.
Please, sir.
I'm sorry.
Is Mr. William Abbott registered here?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm Mrs. Abbott. Would you ring him, please?
Surely. That's funny. I saw him go up myself not so long ago.
Is Miss Janie Stevens here?
Yes, ma'am. See, she's in 220.
Oh, don't disturb her. It's much too late. I'll just sit here and wait for Mr. Abbott. He must have stepped out.
I don't think he could have got by me, but maybe.
You know, it's a funny thing, but I didn't even realize that you had a kid brother.
Oh, you never did know very much about my family. Ours wasn't that kind of romance.
No, let's not get back into that, Janie. You expecting someone?
I can't imagine. Why, Connie!
What are you doing here?
I came here to see you. Have you tell me that there wasn't anything between you and Janie?
Why, Connie, there isn't. The only reason I'm here is that Janie had to wire some money home and wanted a loan from me.
Well, that's true, Connie.
Don't bother. Now I know why you were so anxious to come up here without me.
Connie, I told you why you couldn't come. Hey, who's been telling you things about Janie and me?
Everybody knew about it. I was the only one who didn't. Oh, Bill, why didn't you tell me about this?
Connie, honest, I swear it was all over before I'd even met you.
It certainly doesn't look like it. Oh, do you really expect me to believe that when I walk in here in the middle of the night and find this? Perhaps I should overlook it. Perhaps it's all part of being an orchestra wife. Well, if that's so, I don't want to be an orchestra wife. You see, I didn't mind never seeing you, Bill, or never going any place with you, as long as I felt that you loved me. But it just isn't worth it when you don't.
Connie! Connie!
pardon me, but do you happen to have a match? Oh, hello, Connie. I thought you were somebody else. Excuse me, will you? Hey! What are you doing in Iowa City? And what's the idea of sitting on benches at 2 o'clock in the morning? You know, strangers are apt to come up and ask questions.
That wouldn't make any difference.
Say, what's the matter with you?
It's Bill. Jenny.
Oh, I see. So that's come to life, huh?
Oh, St. John, I never dreamed Bill would do a thing like that to me.
Oh, now look, Connie. You're not playing with dolls anymore. When you're playing with dolls, you can make things come out the way you want them to. But when you play with men and women, you can't do that. It's too bad, but that's how it is.
That doesn't excuse him. I won't live that way. I won't be married that way. Here's my bus.
Connie. Now, I'm the last guy in the world that should tell you this. But, you know, marriage is a give-and-take proposition. Remember that, will you? Oh, pardon me, but do you happen to have a match?
That's curious. I was just going to ask you if you had one.
Oh, really? Well, curiously enough, I believe I have.
Then give yourself a hot foot.
Here, I'll take it.
Thank you.
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Connie.
Say, Bill, about last night. Let's forget about it, huh?
All right, it's forgotten.
Do you want some coffee?
No, thanks, I've eaten. I'm going over and play poker with some of the boys. Oh, I'll be in room 312. You can check on me if you want to.
May we come in? Hello. Connie, darling, what a smart outfit that is. By the way, dear, where did you go last night? We looked everywhere for you.
Did you?
Did you go to the movies, Connie?
No, I didn't.
You're awfully mysterious.
Must you girls know everything?
Christopher. If we beat around the bush much longer, we're going to kill it. Connie, darling, we know you dashed up to Iowa City last night.
Who told you that?
Oh, Elsie managed to worm it out of the room clerk.
I did. You did it yourself. Natalie, you're always pinning things on me. Last night you even told Jenny I was the one who let it slip about her and Bill.
Shut up, you fool.
Did you talk to Janie last night?
Natalie phoned. She just couldn't wait to find out what happened. You hadn't arrived yet.
Then Janie knew I was coming up there.
Well, yes, of course she knew. Connie, dear, why should we have secrets from each other? We'll find out anyway. You know we aren't interested in your private life, so tell us what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. When Janie knew I was coming up there, she got Bill to come to her room just so she could cause trouble between us, and I bit on it. Why, you good friends of mine nearly wrecked my life.
Oh, now come off it. How can you blame us for something Janie did?
Blame you? I'm very grateful. If you hadn't come in here with your tongues hanging out, I never would have known how Janie framed me.
Well, there you are. It's exactly why there should be no secrets.
Oh, I'm very grateful, but don't misunderstand. I think you're a lot of cats. Dangerous cats.
Well, now, see here, old girl.
But you can just take your claws out of me. Say, why don't you try tearing each other apart for a change? You've got a lot of material here. Wonderful material that you've all been overlooking.
Now, Connie, anything I said to you, I said in confidence.
Now, what have you been saying, Angel with the dirty tongue?
It was about Carolyn, wasn't it, Elsie, darling?
Oh, Carolyn, I don't know what she's talking about. Really, I don't. Listen here, Elsie. If you have anything to say about me, you say it to my face.
Well, that might embarrass her. You see, she said that you were out carrying the torch for somebody new in every town.
Well, truth will out.
Oh, well, then you won't mind that Elsie also told me how you're running around with Carolyn's husband.
What's that?
Well, now, Carolyn, you're certainly not going to take that kind of gossip seriously.
So it's you, is it? I knew Buddy had something on the string.
Buddy and I are just casual friends.
You admit that much, it's enough for me.
Oh, why don't you stop? I wouldn't have your broken-down husband with strawberries and cream. I don't even like Buddy.
That wouldn't stop you.
You're so jealous, you see things that don't even exist. Women get that way when they can't hold their own husbands.
Just for that, I'm gonna tear your hair out.
For heaven's sakes, girls, have some poise. After all, it's a test for your civilization.
No, it is it?
Oh, you slapped me.
Why, you slimy little look. I'll break you in that.
Can't you keep anything? Big mouth.
Hello, room service, please. This is Mrs. William Abbott. I've got some dirty dishes up here. Come and get them.
And two to you, my friend.
Sure you know what you're doing, Gene?
Listen, I don't tell you how to play trumpet. Don't tell me how to play poker. Rex?
That drives me out.
How about you, buddy?
I'll see.
Why, you night-blooming weasel.
What's this all about?
How about your extracurricular hanky-panky with Natalie?
Natalie?
What do you mean, me and Natalie? You're crazy.
Connie just told me all about it. Everybody knew about it but me, even Connie.
Connie?
Yes.
Carol, you're wacky. I don't even like Natalie.
You've got your cues mixed. That was her line. Gene, Buddy's giving his notice right now. With the kind of female musketeers you have trailing this band, I wouldn't even trust him to wait around till payday. He's through as of now.
Listen, Carolyn, he can't do that.
Oh, he can't, huh?
I got a contract with him.
Yeah? Well, I got a contract with him, too. Are you coming?
Sorry, Gene. It's been awful nice playing with you.
I'm leaving, too.
But you can't quit me, Phil.
What do you expect me to do, Gene? I can't stay on here after what's happened. I've got to go.
You're not going to quit just on account of a lot of hysterical talk, are you?
Oh, I've known for a long time this sort of life was no good for Natalie.
Well, doesn't the band mean anything to you?
Sure it does. It means a lot. But my wife means more. Sorry.
We got to cancel tonight. We can't replace these boys on such short notice.
Give my congratulations to that charming bride of yours. People have been trying to break this band up for years, and it took her to finally do it.
Maybe I better quit too, Gene.
Well, I don't mean that, Bill, but tell her to keep her mouth shut or something.
I can handle my wife without any advice from you.
Well, handle her then, and any blunt instrument will do it.
Well, you got my 2 weeks' notice.
Now, wait, Bill. I just got sore for a second. The best trumpet man in the business, and the best drummer, too. And where am I going to get a saxophone player that can sing like Phil? A few minutes ago, we had the best band in the country. Now what happens?
You can always give swimming lessons. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Bill, I was just on the verge of calling you and asking you to come back, but I didn't want to interrupt your poker party. Look, I don't know exactly how to begin this, but I made an awful mess out of everything. Oh, please, Bill. I'm terribly sorry about last night. I know now that there was nothing wrong between you and Janie.
That's what I told you last night.
But it wasn't really my fault. It was Natalie and Elsie and Carolyn and their gossip that started it.
From what I've learned just now, you've been spreading a little gossip yourself.
Oh, I just got fed up with them. They had it coming.
The net result is that Phil and Buddy have pulled out of the band. And I pulled out, too.
Oh, Bill, you didn't.
Look, I married you because you were a happy kid. Gay, cute, cheerful. But you've gone neurotic on me. You trailed me around like a house detective. And then with one flick of your tongue, you bust up our band. Last night, you said you weren't an orchestra wife. And you hit the nail right on the head. You aren't, and you never will be.
Well, maybe you're right, Bill. But I've tried. I don't know. The two things just don't seem to go together. Look, how can you be a real wife when you're trailing from one hotel to another like a lot of gypsies? When you have breakfast at lunchtime and luncheon at dinner time and dinner at midnight? Well, this isn't living. It isn't even being married.
What did you expect? A banker? You married a trumpet player. You knew you weren't getting a suburban home with flower pots and kitties. At the time, you seemed to think the idea was pretty glamorous.
Well, at the time, I was crazy. This life's about as glamorous as a gymnasium.
Well, I'll give you a chance to try for something better. You know that marriage certificate? That little piece of paper with rosebuds on it? Well, you could pack it with your things. I'm through with it.
So am I, and I'll leave you half the pieces.
No reflection on you, Kip. But I guess there's only one Bill Abbott. It's no good for the rest of you boys either.
Look, Mr. Morrison, we haven't had much rehearsal. You can't expect us to fit right in without getting set.
I know. I understand. With any other band, it'd be swell, but it's just not our type of music. Okay, boys, we'll try it again tomorrow at 10.
What are we going to do tomorrow, Gene? Rehearse some more with new men?
I don't know, St. John. Rex, we better cancel the rest of this tour. It's no use. We'll just hurt ourselves playing with new men. We'll go back to New York, lay off, and start the band over again.
If that's the way you want it, Gene, it's all right with me.
That sounds like weeks.
Yeah, will be.
Well, I don't want to seem disloyal, boss, but alimony won't wait. And if I miss 1 week, that ex-wife of mine will slap me right behind bars. So, if we're heading for a long layoff, I think I better find another spot.
So you're going to run out just for a few weeks' salary?
As a matter of fact, that isn't the reason at all. I'll give it to you straight, Gene. I don't think you're going to be able to patch up this band. I don't think I've ever known a drummer who meant more to an outfit than Buddy. And where are you going to find another trumpet like Bill Abbott? As far as sax players go, there isn't one in the business who can sing like Phil. They gave us our style. We've lost our key men, Gene. The heart's been cut right out of us.
You're right, St. John. I don't know what it is that makes a band tick. I guess it's just playing together. Either you have it or you don't. We used to have it, but we haven't got it anymore. Fellas, I know you've always been as proud of this band as I have. Pride has kept more good bands together than money. But I don't want to go on when we can't give them the kind of music they want. I'd rather stop on a high note. Now, I know you boys won't have any trouble getting good jobs. So, let's call the whole thing off.
I just saw Connie Ward down the street. Connie? She's coming this way. Come on. Well, I think it's very funny she hasn't been to see me. Connie, darling, how are you?
Oh, it's good to see you.
Come in, let me buy you a soda.
Oh, no, I've got to get home.
Oh, come on now. Listen, the kids are dying to see you.
Hello there, Cully.
Hiya, Connie, and where you been keeping yourself?
Oh, I've got 1,000 things to do at home.
What'll you have, Connie?
Lemon Coke.
How long are you going to be here, Connie?
Oh, I don't know. A couple of weeks, I guess.
Gee, I bet you've had fun. It must have been wonderful dancing to Gene Morrison's orchestra every night, traveling places and all that.
Yes, it was.
Was? You're going back, aren't you?
Well, yes, of course.
Where's the band now, Connie?
Denver, I think.
You think? Don't you know? Don't you write to your husband or telephone him?
He telephones me.
Gee, Connie, I don't see how you could leave him after all you've been married such a short while.
Oh, I wanted to see Dad.
Your husband's really great in this record, isn't he?
Yes.
Hey, aren't you going to finish your Coke?
Well, what do you know?
I thought that'd flush her out. Did you see the tears in her eyes when she heard the band?
Oh, Connie, you want me to drop you off at the house?
Anything I can help you with, Connie?
Oh, Dad. I just can't stand it without Bill any longer. It's just too awful being without him.
So what you gonna do?
I don't know. But I've got to do something.
Don't you worry about it, Connie. We'll figure it out.
Only it'll have to wait till after I deliver Mrs. Margison's baby. You know, these little fellas are in such a hurry to get into this world and have all these troubles, they just won't wait for anything. No. I'll think of something.
Pardon me, do you happen to have a match?
Just a minute, St. John. I've been looking for you.
Now, take it easy, Margie. I know I'm a couple of days late, but I just put your alimony in the mail.
When?
Yesterday?
How did you send it? By Pony Express like you did the last time?
No, but I sent it to the wrong address so I could have a few days' grace.
Whose grace?
Well, you don't understand, Margie. I've been out of work for a while, but I've got a job now.
If I don't get that check by the end of the week, you'll be playing piano in the Sing Sing Orchestra.
Hey, St. John.
Hiya, Bill. Excuse me, for good. Hiya, Bill.
How have you been, fella?
Fine, I'm glad to see you, kid.
I've been wondering where you were. Gone with anybody yet?
Yeah, I'm going to Harry J.
Hey, that's a swell outfit.
Say, what about you?
I'm going with Thornhill.
Well, they're coming along.
I wonder what time it is. My watch stopped again.
It's, oh, my watch is being fixed.
How about getting together sometime?
All right, fine. I tell you, I'm staying with a friend, so I better call you.
Fine, I'm at the Edison. Goodbye, St. John.
So long, kid.
Good luck.
Thanks. Well, I'm going upstairs, too.
Fine. Mezzanine, please. Oh, by the way, Mr. Wolfington, weren't you stocking some game when I came along?
I had that specimen stuffed once, right over my fireplace.
Goodbye, old-timer, and good luck.
Look, I'm not trying to follow you, but I get off here, too.
This is getting a little awkward after saying goodbye twice.
Well, maybe if you keep on wishing me luck, I'll have some.
Well, this is where I get off. This time it's final, St. John. Goodbye, and I mean good luck.
Say, are you going in here?
Yeah, meeting Thornhill.
Well, that's funny. I'm supposed to meet James here. You don't suppose the two bands are merging?
Hey, what is all this?
Hey, fellas, there's St. John and Bill.
Why, you sad man.
You poor soul.
What are you fellas doing here?
We all have appointments.
James or Thornhill?
Sammy Kaye. I'm supposed to meet Bob Crosby.
It's beginning to make sense.
Is it?
Don't you get the angle? Somebody is trying to take over Gene's band as a unit. Send out a bunch of phony telegrams just so we don't get wise to it.
Hey, there's Phil, the last one.
Come on in, Phil. We were expecting you.
Hiya, Phil.
All right.
Who are you meeting here, Lombardo?
I'm supposed to meet Benny Goodman. But if Buddy's playing with him, I'm quitting before I ever start.
Don't worry about that. I'm going with Bob Crosby.
Well, if you fellas would really like to know who's raiding Gene's band, take a gander.
Hi, fellas. Hi. This is wonderful. I didn't know there's any sentiment left in the band business. It's swell. This is a real tribute.
While you can dry up those crocodile tears, your trick is pretty obvious.
What are you talking about?
Why these phony telegrams you used to get us here?
You mean you boys didn't send for me?
What a performance.
Listen, I don't know anything about any telegrams. Well, I got one myself.
Yeah, he got a wire from a cooperative band. They want him to take over as leader.
I didn't like the idea, but here I am. Then I walked in here and I saw the whole gang together again, and I thought...
Well, I think you're lying in your teeth.
Well, what of it? We're all together again, aren't we? Well, let's stay together. We're too good to split up.
I'm sorry, but this hasn't changed anything for me. I'll never work in a band again as long as Buddy's in it.
That goes double. Carolyn would never let me work in this band again.
Thanks for being noble, darling. But, I've changed my mind.
But, Carolyn, I
Look,
thought
I don't hold a grudge. Natalie and I are good friends now. We're even taking lessons from the same English teacher.
Well, if you think for 1 minute that
why don't you stop? I've let you play the outraged husband long enough.
I won't permit you to...
Now, look here, Phil, old boy. Carolyn's convinced that was just a lot of stupid gossip. You're as smart as Carolyn, aren't you? Now, why don't you sit down and take those wings off? Where's Gina? Oh, Jean, darling, you've made me the happiest girl in the world. Why, when I got that cute little box and read the card to baby from Jean Morrison, I thought it was just another compact. But when I saw this, well, you could have pushed me over with the moving van.
Oh, and Jean, I must thank you for this gorgeous mink coat. How did you know I'd always wanted one?
Oh, it was nothing at all. I'm glad you like it.
I had it appraised by a pawnbroker the moment I got it. You'll never believe how much it cost.
Look, isn't it wonderful? Every pill is absolutely perfect.
Did I buy those things?
You ought to know.
I do, but I don't.
What do you care? Did the trick, didn't it? Ain't it worth it?
I'll let you know the first of the month. Boys, we got a chance to open Glen Island Casino on Thursday. So just for old time's sake, how about a rehearsal at 2 o'clock?
Well, how do you like this old ham, staggering in here and crying, when all the time he knew he had an opening set for Thursday night? But we're all for you, Gene. We'll blow our brains out for you. Won't we, fellas? Yeah.
Well,
Wonderful. We open Thursday night.
oh, thank goodness.
Well, I don't know about that. Why? You should have seen Gene's face when he found out he'd bought a mink coat and a diamond necklace. He's going to be awfully happy, though, when he finds out I arranged 90 days credit for him.
Oh.
Say, there's only one thing, though. In all those wires that we sent out, I didn't notice any for Janie.
There wasn't any.
Very feminine and very smart. Connie, what about you and Bill?
I'm not doing anything about that.
No.
No, St. John, it was my fault, really, that the band broke up. And for Bill's sake, I had to get them back together again. So, now that everything's all right with him, he'll look me up if he misses me and wants me. Thanks for helping.
Don't mention it, Pigeon. I was about to draw a bead on you, but just in time, I remembered who you are.
Reservation for Dr. Ward. Dr. Ward, are you an MD, sir? Yes. Would you handle an emergency in the bar? What's wrong? The cigarette girl has burned her stomach. That's interesting. Yes, sir. The whole tray blew up.
You go ahead, Dad. I'll be at the table.
Oh, Eshian, will you show the young lady to table 14? This way, doctor, please.
Okay, boys, break it up. It's opening night, so let's make it a good one, huh?
Okay, come on. Yowzer, Gene.
All right, Hold it a minute, fellas.
What's the matter? Did you see a creditor out there?
Oh, nothing.
Wait a minute. What's out there, anyway?
Nothing, I tell you. Now, grab a hold of yourself, Bill. Don't let her get under your skin again. She broke up the band once. I'm telling you, she's bad medicine. If you have anything more to do with her, you're crazy.
I guess you're right.
I guess you're wrong. Did you fellas ever stop to think of who sent those wires out that got this band together again?
You mean Connie did that?
With my help. The mink and diamonds were my idea.
What? Wait, Bill, the show's going on. So you thought of the mink. Did you ever hear of rabbit, you rat?
Oh, gorgeous.
Hello, Bill.
I've only got a minute, but gosh, it's great to see you. Cindy just told me about those telegrams. Why didn't you look me up sooner?
Oh, did I look you up?
Why, you're here, aren't you? It's our opening night.
Well, I came with a friend. It was his idea. Well, I didn't think you'd mind since we're separated.
What do you mean by friend? How much of a friend?
Well, I don't think you'd understand about it, Bill, because he's a little bit older than I am. But I love him.
That's ridiculous. You love me. Even if we did have a little trouble, otherwise you wouldn't have cared what happened to the band.
Well, I thought I owed you that much.
Look here, you're my wife, and you're going to stay my wife.
Oh, Bill, I want you to meet Mr. Burns.
A little older? This guy's older than Methuselah.
I beg your pardon, young man.
Why, you ought to be ashamed of yourself chasing a young girl like this.
This is Mr. Abbott, Horace, darling.
Never mind introducing us. I don't want to know him.
Well, how do you like that? Connie, you can't be serious about this, old Joe. You're just doing this because you want to needle me.
Young man, this is my table. Will you get out of here?
I'll get out, but not because it's your table. I've got to play the show, but I'll be back. Look, any trouble we've had, we can talk out. Just set this old coot straight on the whole thing.
But we haven't anything to talk about. You told me I was a terrible orchestra wife and walked out on me.
Oh, but gorgeous, I didn't know how much I'd miss you then. That's changed everything. Goodbye, Mr. Burns. Why don't you run along and find someone your own age? About 104. Young man?
Burnsy?
Think it's all right?
C, D, E, F, G, H, I got a gal. Where in Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo, I don't want to boast, but I know she's a toast of Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. Years have gone by, my, how she grew. Man, did she grow. I liked her looks when I carried her books in Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. I'm gonna send a wire, hopping on a flyer, leaving today. Am I dreaming? I can hear screaming. Hiya, Mr. Jackson. Everything's okay. A-L-A-M-A-Z-O. Oh, what a gal, a real pipperoo. She's a fine chick. I'm gonna make my bid for the freckle-faced kid I'm hurrying to. Going to Michigan to see the sweetest gal in Kalamazoo.
What's that, a safety deposit vault?
I burned myself.
Well, the next time you start a bonfire, let me know. We'll roast some marshmallows.
You sad man.